Hello, friends. This is Kurt Berglund with a very exciting set of games coming for you. It is the 70th anniversary APBA 1950 season set. It's the reprint currently available, newly available on the APBA website, on the Yahoo store for APBA, that you can pick up until mid-December when they won't be selling it anymore. These cards are reprints of Richard Seitz's very first APBA set, and it's one of my favorite seasons, 1950. So I'm very excited. We're going to be doing a couple things with it. Starting today, we're going to be doing the last game of the season on the National League schedule, and then we're going to do the World Series, however it happens to shake out. So let me set up what we're going to be doing here. The date is October 1, 1950. It is the last day of the National League pennant race. The Phillies are in Brooklyn at Ebbets Field for the last game of the season, as luck would have it. Their record at this moment is 90-63. Of course, we had 154 game seasons back then. They are one game in front of the Dodgers. Coming into the season, the very heavily favored Dodgers to win the National League pennant, but the Phillies had a strong finish to 1949 and carried that over into a very serious, very successful season for them in 1950. And in fact, if they would win today's game, this would be their first World Series appearance in 35 years, going back to 1915, when Grover Cleveland Alexander and his gang took on Babe Ruth and the Boston Red Sox. The Dodgers are 89-64, one game back. So if the Dodgers win today, and they are the home team, that would force the first three-game playoff in, history until that point, because Bobby Thompson had not done his thing yet for the New York Giants. That would be the next year, 1951. So the Phillies come into the game, limping, to say the least. Curt Simmons, their number 2 starter, is away on military duty. And Bob Miller, their third starter, elevated to be their second starter due to Simmons' absence, had pitched the day before and in fact was pitching with a bad back and so was not as effective down the stretch as he normally would be. Robin Roberts, this is his third start in the last 5 days. He started in not yesterday's game, but the day before there was a doubleheader, and he pitched in that game as well. So he's running on fumes at this point, and he is the nominated starter for the Phillies coming into today's game to win the biggest game, really, in that point in their history. He will be opposed by Don Newcombe, who either he or Preacher Rowe would be considered the ace of the staff for the Dodgers in 1950. Robin Roberts was 19-11 coming into today's game, and Don Newcombe was 19-10 coming into today's game. We are using these reprinted sets. There are 20 players per team. Curt Simmons, I'm saying, is available for use in this game if needed, because we're rewriting history. So Simmons is back from military duty, and we're going to give him a whirl if he is needed. No hit and run charts existed for APBA in the 1951 set for the 1950 season. And I'm going to be using my sacrifice booklet from the 1980 season that I have, because we may need to bunt, and that's how we're going to do it. I have printed the boards on cardstock. These are printed versions of PDFs from the very first set, and I'll show these to you in more detail in just a moment. Finally, we're using the as-played lineups from October 1, 1950, because what happens when we don't use the as-played lineups, my friends? Heads explode all over this great land of ours, and I can't have that on my conscience. So we're going with the as-played lineups, but after that, it's Katie bar the door. Any of these 20 players on either side may be used. I will say this, the pitchers in the first game of the series, this is a two-game series between these two clubs. The first game was yesterday. The Dodgers won 7-3. Bob Miller started in that game for the Phillies. I'm not using him today. And the starter for the Dodgers yesterday was Irv Palika. I won't be using him either. Those two people are out of bounds for this game. They'll be back in bounds if there is a playoff. If the Dodgers win, then I'm going to go forward and do the up to 3-game playoff between these clubs. If the Phillies win, we're just going to go into the World Series against the Yankees. And that is our setup. Let's go to the starting lineup. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to share this video and click like and subscribe. I need subscriptions to keep my channel going, my friends, and I appreciate your support. Let's go to the starting lineups. Before we start, I'm going to go through the boards. This is a print job at my local printer of the 1950 boards. They look like this. Notice that there's no adjustments for modifiers. The errors are different. And if we look at the other pages, you'll see some differences in where the trail runners go. Changes, or not changes, this was the first version, but differences in these pieces of the boards. We can see where the modern APBA boards are evolved from, but they're not looking like a finished product here, mostly because there's so much evolution in the game to come. The batter pitcher modifiers, the speed ratings for runners, and so on. But these are the 1950 boards. If you are a subscriber and you would like a set, let me know. Send me an email at berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, and I will reply with a set of these for you. All right. So we're going to leave these here. Let's go to the starting lineups. Real life, the winner of this game was the Phillies by a score of 4-1 on the strength of a 10th inning Dick Sisler home run to left field off of Newcombe. Here are your lineups. For the visiting Phillies, leading off at first base, Eddie Waitkus. Batting second in center field, Richie Ashburn. Batting third in left field, Dick Sisler. Batting fourth in right field, Del Ennis. Batting fifth at third base, Puddinhead Jones. Batting sixth at shortstop, Granny Hamner. Batting seventh behind the plate, Andy Semenick. Playing on a broken ankle. And batting eighth at second base, Mike Goliath. Here is Robin Roberts. He is the pitcher. He is a B-grade pitcher. And he will bat ninth. For the Phillies, if I do not use him in this game, I'm going to start Curt Simmons in the first game of the World Series. Jim Constanti, the MVP of the league, And the only A pitcher in the set actually started that game. It was his first game of the season as a starter. He pitched 74 games in relief, about 150 innings, and he ended up losing game 1 of the World Series 1-0. So, but I have Simmons on my Phillies team. He's going in game 1 if the Phillies win this game. If not, he'll go in the first playoff game. Preacher Rowe gets those honors for the Dodgers. He will go in game 1 of the World Series unless there's a playoff, in which case he would start game 1 of the playoffs. All right, for the Dodgers, and the Phillies, by the way, are a defense 2, fielding 2. All right, Cal Abrams leads off in left field for the Dodgers. Pee Wee Reese bats second at short. Duke Snider bats third in center field. Jackie Robinson bats fourth at second base. Carl Furillo bats fifth in right field. Gil Hodges bats sixth at first base. Roy Campanella bats seventh behind the plate. And Billy Cox bats eighth, and he's at third. The pitcher for this team is Don Newcombe. He's also a B pitcher. And both of these starters went the whole way in the game, in the real life game, or as the kids like to say, IRL. All right, so we are ready to start this ball game. And let's give you a little bit better. Oh boy, there we go. Camera trouble. Watch out. Jump back. There we are. There we're zooming in. All right, so Waitkus will lead off against Newcombe. We're in the top of the first, and remember, we are at Ebbets Field. All right, so the pitch to... Now I think we're ready. Pitch to Waitkus is a hit to center field. Can't assume where any of these numbers are. Hit to center field. Under it is Duke Snider, and he makes the catch. We're underway in Brooklyn. Richie Ashburn up. Phillies win. They go to the World Series. Dodgers win. We get a playoff. Pitch from Newcombe is a 62. That's a 16, which is for a fielding 1. It's hit in the air to center field. That's Duke Snider one more time, and he puts it away for out number 2. Dick Sisler. Pitch from Newcombe to Sisler is a 27. That's grounded to Billy Cox, who throws to Gil Hodges, and that retires the Phillies in 1-2-3 order in the top of the first. No score in this game. Robin Roberts ready to go. He'll face Abrams, Reese, and Snider. As played lineups, remember that, folks. No heads exploding because of my YouTube channel. Pitch to Abrams is hit in the air to center field. That's Richie Ashburn, and he's under it for out number 1. Pee Wee Reese. Roberts winds and delivers. That's ball 4. He takes his base. No Z rating for Roberts. Here's Duke, the Duke. The pitch. Ground ball Goliath. He goes to Hamner for 1, and the relay to Waitkus is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 4-6-3 turned by the Phillies. We've played 1 complete, and we have no score. For the Phillies in the second, it'll be Ennis, Jones, and Hamner coming up. Pitch to Dell, and that's to left and deep. Back goes Abrams, but there's no bringing this one back. 1-0 Phillies. Now it's Puddinhead Jones. Brooklyn fans murmuring. This one is a 28. That's grounded to Reese. He's up with it and throws to Hodges for 1 down. Granny Hamner. Newcombe winds and delivers. That's a comebacker, gloved by Don. He takes a few steps toward Hodges and flips him the ball. That's 2 down. And now Andy Semenick. Ground ball, Jackie Robinson. He throws to Hodges, and that retires the side. So the Phillies get a run on 1 hit. It's the home run by Del Ennis that puts them on the board after 1.5. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. Roberts will face Jackie Robinson, Carl Furillo, and Gil Hodges. Righty in the bottom of the second. Pitch. And that's a base hit to center field. Lands in front of Ashburn. Robinson is on with a single, and here's Furillo. Roberts the stretch, checks Robinson, the pitch home. Hey, struck him out. That's the first strikeout of the game. And 1 gone in the second. Now it's Hodges. Casanova on deck. Casanova. Yeah. Campanella on deck. That is ball 4. To Gil Hodges. He trots down to first. Robinson moves up to second base. And there are 2 on with 1 out for Roy Campanella. Roberts the stretch. The pitch home to Campy. Popped up. Foul territory. Andy Semenick throws away the mask and makes the catch for out number 2. And now it's Billy Cox with Don Newcombe on deck. Roberts the stretch. The pitch. Ground ball, Hamner. He's going to go the short way to Goliat, and that will retire the Dodgers in the second. We've played 2, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. The Dodgers have made a furious September charge to nearly catch the Phillies. Will they finish the job today? We shall see. Newcombe will face Goliat, Roberts, and the top of the order with Waitkus in the Phillies third. Pitch to Mike Goliat is a 30. That's hit in the air to left. Cal Abrams under it. And there's 1 down for the Phillies. Robin Roberts, who could handle the bat, is up. Newcombe winds and delivers. Comebacker. Bounce to Hodges. And Gil fumbles the ball. Roberts will be on with an error committed by Hodges. He's on with a 1-base E3. Now it's Waitkus. 1 out, 1 on for Eddie. Top of the Phillies order. Newcombe the stretch and the pitch. Hit in the air to right. Furillo under it. And in Ebbets Field, he's about 15 feet behind the infield in right field, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And now it's Ashburn. Roberts at first. The pitch to Ritchie. Hit in the air to center. Snyder coming on, and will get there to make the catch. That retires the Phillies in the third. Newcombe pitches out of a mini jam, and now it'll be Newcombe's turn to bat. The bottom of the Dodger order, Newcombe, and then the top of the Dodger order with Abrams and Reese coming up in the Dodger third. Pitch to Cal Abrams. Hey, struck him out. 1 gone, second strikeout for Roberts. Nope. It would help if I looked at Newcombe's card. And he struck him out anyway. All right. Now it's Abrams. And there's There's a foul ball whistled past Eddie Wakes down the first base line. Somebody from Buffalo went a long way for this game. Got that foul ball. The pitch to Abrams is grounded to Willie Puddinhead Jones. He throws to Wakes for out number 2. And now it'll be Reese. Pee-wee walked in the first. The pitch. Ground ball Jones to his right. Throws it in the dirt. Wakes can't come up with it. Reese reaches on the E5. Dodgers have a runner with 2 outs. And Snyder coming to the plate. Roberts the stretch and the pitch. Hey, walked him, ball 4. 2 Dodgers on now with 2 outs for Jackie Robinson. Chance to do some damage, at least get even here. Roberts the stretch, the pitch to Robinson. Ground ball Hamner. He goes to Goliath, covering second, and that will retire the side. So again, the Dodgers threaten, but do not score. They leave 2. After 3 complete, it's 1-0 Philadelphia. APBA 1950 70th anniversary set, available for a few months. Sisler up, 3-4-5 hitters for Philadelphia in the 4th. Sisler, Ennis, and Jones. Newcombe winds and delivers, and that's trouble. That's going to get over Furillo's head and one hop the wall in Ebbets Field. He gloves it, turns, and fires towards second, but Sisler's there with the double. Phillies with a leadoff man in scoring position in the 4th. Newcombe, that's the second hit he's allowed. The other one was a home run to Del Ennis. The stretch, the pitch to Ennis, currently at the plate. Popped it up. Wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Pee-wee Reese under it, calling and taking it for out number 1. Now it's Jones. Newcombe the stretch and the delivery. Hit to center and deep. This is going to get over Snyder's head. And it's off the wall. Duke's got to go get it. Sisler scores easily from second. Jones has a double. It's 2-0 Phillies. And there's another murmur in the Brooklyn crowd. Hamner up. Jones at second. 1 man out. Newcombe the stretch and the pitch to Granny. Ground ball Reese. Jones retreats to second base as Pee-wee fires to Hodges for out number 2. Now it's Semenick. 2 outs. Jones at second. On deck is Goliath. The pitch from Newcombe. Hey, struck him out. That's Newcombe's first strikeout. He picked a good time for it. We've played 3.5. The Phillies got a run on 2 hits and left 1 in the 4th. We played 3.5. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. Robin Roberts really came into his own. 20-game winner in real life, or as the kids like to say, IRL. In 1950. Furillo, Hodges, and Campanella up in the Dodger 4th. Pitch to Furillo is a 33. That's a 6. And that's line down the left field line. Sisler's got to go dig it out of the corner. Carl Furillo takes second, and it's a leadoff double. Now it's Hodges. Tying run at the plate. Nobody out in the 4th. Roberts the stretch and the pitch. That's a base hit. He goes the other way. And that's going to score Furillo. He's coming around third. Ashburn's throw goes to third, goes home, and Hodges will take second on the throw. So Hodges gets a single and takes second on the throw. It's 2-1 Phillies now as Furillo scores. There's still nobody out in the fourth, and it's Campanella at the plate. Roberts the stretch and the pitch. Gloved by Waitkus. It's gone the ground to first. Eddie flips to Roberts, covering the bag, and Campanella. Why do I call him Casanova? Campanella is retired, and Hodges gets to third with one out. Cox at the plate. And the Phillies are going to play the infield in. On deck is Newcombe. Roberts the stretch. The pitch to Billy Cox with the Phillies infield in. That's hit in the air to left. Sisler toward the line is going to make the catch. Hodges is tagging. Sisler's throw toward the plate. Never get him. And Hodges scores on a sacrifice fly by by Cox. By Billy Cox. So now we have a game tied at 2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Newcombe up, nobody on. The pitch from Roberts is a 26 ground ball Goliath. He's going to throw to Waitkus, and that'll retire the side, but the Dodgers pull even. They score 2 runs on 2 hits and leave none, and after 4, we've decided nothing. The score is 2-2. It's also time, my friends, for ballet, because it's 2-2. And that's ballet time, everybody. So, pirouette if you got them. Goliath, Roberts, and then the top of the order with Waitkus in the Phillies' 5th. Goliath's 0 for 1. The pitch from Newcombe. Ball 4, he walked him. Roberts coming to the plate. And we're going to get a sacrifice bunt attempt. We don't have the sacrifice booklet or the sacrifice chart from the 1950 set, so we're using my old one. See how that works. Roberts squares to bunt. Here comes Newcombe's pitch. It's a 15. That's a 36. And the ball gets by Campanella. It's a pass ball. Goliath moves up to second base. Now they're going to take the bunt sign off and let Roberts swing away. Newcombe, the stretch, and the pitch. 56 is a 34, and that's popped up. Jackie Robinson on the infield dirt is going to take it for out number 1. Here comes Waitkus. Goliath still at second. Newcombe, the stretch, the pitch. 36 is a 32. That's hit to right. Furillo coming in a few steps. Goliath will not challenge his arm, and there's 2 gone. And now it's up to Ashburn. Sisler on deck. Richie's 0 for 2. The pitch from Newcombe. Ball 4. 2 on now with 2 outs for Sisler, the hero in the game, as the kids like to say, IRL. Sisler's 1 for 2 in this one, double and a run scored. The pitch. Gotta move to the right chart. It's a 32. That's hit to Furillo toward the line. He's gonna get there, and that retires the side. Phillies leave 2. We are halfway through this one, and it's still ballet time, 2-2. Top of the order for the Dodgers in the 5th, Abrams, Reese, and Snyder, lefty-righty lefty, against Robin Roberts. The pitch. Popped it up. Under it is Goliath on the infield grass, and he takes it for out number 1. Here's Pee Wee Reese. Roberts. The pitch. He hits it to right. Ennis coming on and makes the catch for out number 2. Here comes Duke Snyder. Roberts pitch. Ground ball, Goliath to his left. He plants and throws to Waitkus, and it's a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Robin Roberts. We go to the 6th, 2-2 ball game. Dodgers fighting to stay alive. Phillies fighting to go to the World Series. Dodgers trying to win and force a playoff. Ennis 1 for 2 with a home run in the 2nd. He'll be followed by Willie Jones and Granny Hamner. Ennis leading off the 6th. The pitch from Newcombe. Ground ball, Reese. He's up with it and throws to Hodges for out number 1. Willie Jones is 1 for 2. Doubled in a run in the 4th. Pitch from Newcombe. Base hit left field. Just gets past Pee Wee Reese, and Abrams collects it and throws it back in. And now we'll have Granny Hamner coming to the plate. Jones at first. Hamner is 0 for 2. The pitch from Newcombe. Hit in the air to center. Duke Snyder to his right a few steps. He'll make the catch. Jones will return to first, and with 2 outs, it'll be Semenuk, and Jones still planted at first. Newcombe the stretch. The pitch to Andy. Hey, struck him out, and that's strikeout number 2 for Nuke. After 5.5, it's a 2-2 ball game. We might be headed to extra innings, just like, as the kids say, IRL. All right, so Jackie Robinson, Carl Furillo, Gil Hodges, 4, 5, and 6 for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. Roberts winds and delivers. Jackie's 1 for 2, and this is hit to right. Ennis is there and makes the catch for out number 1. Carl Furillo, 1 for 2, doubled and a run scored. The pitch. Hit to center on a line toward the gap, left center. Ashburn on the run. He's going to get there, and there's 2 down. Now it's Hodges. 1 official at bat. He singled or drove in a run, scored a run. Pitch to Gill. Hit to right. It's a dying quail. On comes Ennis, and he gets there. For out number 3, we go to the 7th. And it's 2-2. We're on our toes. It's ballet time. For the Phillies in the 7th, it's Goliath, Roberts, and Waitkus. 8-9-1. Mike is 0 for 1 with a walk. The pitch. And there's walk number 2. Newcombe has walked 3 in this ball game. Goliath twice. And here comes Roberts. Gonna see another bunt here. Newcombe, the stretch, the pitch to Roberts, 25. He fouls it off. Manager Eddie Sawyer flashing a bunch of signs. We'll see what happens. Newcombe, the pitch. Roberts squares again. He fouls it off. 2 strikes, so they're going to leave the bunt on. Manager Sawyer flashing signs. Kindly old Bert Schotten on the Dodger bench nodding off. Newcombe the pitch. There's not bunting. It's hit to center. Not deep. Duke Snyder there. And 1 down in the Phillies 7th. Roberts fails to get the bunt down. Fails to advance the runner. Waitkus 0 for 3. Goliath still at first. The pitch to Eddie. Ground ball, Cox. He fires to Robinson for 1. The relay to Hodges is in time for a rally-killing soul-crushing 5-4-3 double play turned by the Dodgers. It's time to stretch them out in Ebbets Field. 7th inning stretch, 2-2 ball game. Bottom of the 7th coming. Roy Campanella, Billy Cox, Don Newcombe. 7-8-9 for the Dodgers. Campanella, the pitch from Roberts. Popped it up. Goliath, just barely into the outfield grass, will make the catch for out number 1. Cox at the plate. Roberts winds and delivers. This is trouble. It's going to get in the right center field gap and split Ashburn and Ennis. Cox around first. He's got himself a double with 1 out. And here comes Newcombe. Don is 0 for 2. He can handle the bat. They're not hitting for him. Roberts the stretch. He checks Cox at second. The pitch home to Nuke. Ground ball, Goliath. He flips to Waitkus, and there's 2 outs, but Cox advances to third. The lead run is 90 feet away. Abrams at the plate. 0 for 3. Roberts the stretch. The pitch to him. Hit to left. Sisler to his right a few steps and makes the catch to end the Dodgers' 7th. The double is wasted. The hit is wasted. We go to the 8th and we're still tied at 2. Coming down the stretch, 105th game, 154 for these two clubs. Phillies with a 1-game lead in the pennant race. They win, they go to the World Series and face the Bronx Bombers. Ashburn, Sisler, and Ennis in the 8th. All right, Newcombe in there. 0 for 2 for Richie. He's also walked. The pitch from Newcombe. Hit to center, not deep. Snyder coming on and makes the catch. 1 gone in the 8th. Sisler up 1 for 3. Double and a run scored. Left-handed batting Phillies left fielder. Pitch from Newcombe. Popped it up. Pee Wee Reese, infield dirt, takes it for out number 2. Now it's Ennis, 1 for 3 with a home run. Does he have another one in him? Newcombe winds and delivers. Ground ball Reese. He's up with it. Fires to Hodges. Newcombe has retired 6 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's a 2-2 ball game. For the Dodgers, it'll be Reese, Snyder, and Robinson. 2, 3, 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Pee Wee's 0 for 2 with a walk. Roberts winds and delivers. Hey, swings and misses. He's down in the count, 0-1. Next delivery from Roberts. Reese walks and trots down to first. Now it's Snyder. Is kindly old Bert Schotten giving the bunt sign to the Duke. Roberts the stretch, the pitch to Snyder. He's not giving the bunt sign. Duke is bunting on his own. Rolls toward Willie Jones, and there is no play. It's a bunt single for Duke Snyder. And there's 2 on now with nobody out for Jackie Robinson. Major jam for the Phillies. Major opportunity for the Dodgers. There's the lead run 180 feet away in Pee Wee Reese. Roberts the stretch. The pitch to Jackie. He lost him. Ball 4, and Robinson trots down to first. Jim Constanti is getting loose in the bullpen. Infield moves in. Bases loaded, nobody out. They're going with Roberts. Furillo at the plate, he's 1 for 3. The pitch to Carl. Grounded to Hamner, he boots it at short. It's off his glove there, and the merry-go-round starts. That's going to score Reese from second. It's going to from third. Snyder is going to score from second, and Robinson goes all the way to third before they retrieve the ball. Furillo's at first. Robinson's at third. 2 runs are in. It's 4-2 Dodgers, and that's going to do it. Here comes Eddie Sawyer. He wants Jim Constanti, his ace reliever. Infield will stay in for the Phillies. 4-2 Dodgers, bottom of the 8th. Nobody out. First and third are the runners. Constanti, the stretch, and the pitch home to Hodges. Hamner gloves it. He fires home to Semenuk, who tags out Robinson trying to score. So they snuff out the run at the plate. It's a 6-2 putout. Hodges is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Furillo advances to second. There's 1 out now, and it's Campanella. First and second. Phillies looking for 2. The pitch. That's to center and deep. Back goes Ashburn. And nobody's getting this one. It's gone. And Roy Campanella has left the building. So has Elvis. And it's now 7-2 Dodgers. And we're looking like we're going to a National League playoff. Billy Cox up. 1 for 2 for Billy. Nobody on. Constanti irritated with himself on the mound. Popped it up. Semenuk throws away the mask and makes the catch for out number 2. And now it's Newcombe. Big 5-run 8th inning for the Dodgers. They're up 7-2 in the last game of the season. They win. They force a best-of-3 playoff. The pitch. Ball 4 to Newcombe. Here comes Abrams. Constanti the stretch. The pitch to Cal. Hit to left, dying Quail. Dick Sisler makes the catch. The Dodgers bat around. They score 5 on just 1 hit. 1, 2, 3 Phillies walks and a very untimely error lead to 2 hits. Lead to 5 Dodger runs. We have played 8 at Ebbets Field. It is now 7-2 Brooklyn. So the Phillies have some work to do in the 9th. It's Jones, Hamner, and Semenuk, 5, 6, 7 to lead it off in the top of the 9th. The pitch from Newcombe to Puddinhead. Taken for strike 1. He's down in the count. Willie Jones taking a strike. The pitch from Newcombe. Ball 4. That's what the Phillies were looking for. That gets them started. 1 on, nobody out. Hamner up. Oh for 3 for Granny. Ground ball, Reese. He goes to Robinson for 1. The relay to Hodges is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play, their second of the game, and Semenuk is the last chance saloon 0 for 3. A pair of strikeouts. Newcombe winds and delivers. Ball 4. Semenuk keeps it alive. Phillies going to look at the bench here. Goliat with a pair of walks. Might just go with him. Yep, I'm going to go with him. Newcombe, the stretch, the pitch to Goliat. Ground ball Robinson. He's going to go to Reese, and that will end the ball game. The Dodgers win 7-2 and force a best-of-3 game playoff. Wow. History has been changed. Let's give you the line score for the Dodgers. 7 runs on 6 hits. And they committed one error. The Phillies, 2 runs on 4 hits. And they committed 2 errors. And even more shockingly, they walked 6 Dodger hitters. Yikes. Winning pitcher is Don Newcombe. And that means Nuke is now 20-10 on the season. Robin Roberts takes the loss. He drops to 19-12. And we go to a 3-game playoff to decide who's going to play the Yankees from the National League. Kurt Simmons and Preacher Rowe will go in Game 1. Stay tuned to my channel for lots more of this. This is fun stuff. Glad you're with me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put the link to this set of cards for the APBA website in the description for the video. Thank you much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you soon for Game 1 of the National League playoffs. So long, everybody.